guys, how you doing today? Good afternoon. Um, so I wanted to do a video today. I wanted to basically do a video on addressing, I title it, Addressing the Haters and Trolls. Guys, I've been recently getting a lot of, negative comments on some of my videos, especially the true crime videos. I could see this coming. I know it was coming. I just could see the writing on the wall, I guess you could say. But, I even had a good friend of mine, some of my fellow true crime collectors tell me, you're just setting yourself up. I wouldn't show off your collection because you're going to get people that don't agree with it, don't understand it, and they're just going to slam you left and right on there. Well, guys, I gotta tell you, I got thick skin. It doesn't bother me, the negative comments. It's something, and I really don't even feel the need to do this video for the most part, but I want to do it. I just want to basically keep this video link there, where if someone does a negative comment, post one, I could just attach the link. That way I don't gotta go through some big random explanation. They could put A, F you, da 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 da. I could A, delete the comment, or B, just attach this video to it and they could watch it if they want. So that's my way of thinking. But guys, the biggest ones that I've been getting, biggest negative comments I've been getting on the true crime stuff is, this is, what you're doing is disrespecting the victims of the crimes that were committed simply by showing this piece of artwork or documentation, what have you. Guys, I said this in other videos. In no way, shape, or form am I doing any of this to support the murderers, the killers, the criminals. I can't stand them. It makes me sick. I know I'm sounding like a hypocrite right now, but I don't condone anything they do. But at the same time, guys, you got to realize this is the world we live in. These things are going to happen. These things will continue to happen. I don't condone it. It makes it, like I said, it doesn't, I'm not doing it to bash the victims. Matter of fact, if anything, I'm doing this so people will do their own research on these cases and then maybe learn some of the victims and learn about what happened, because that's at the end of the day, and unfortunately, the murderers and serial killers, they gain notoriety and they do overshadow the victims. It's a bad thing. And I know some of you, some of the comments, what you're doing by posting this stuff is just, putting them back, putting the criminal, the killer back up on a pedestal. No, I know it seems that way, but it's a hobby to me. I don't condone what they're doing. I like to show off. It's a piece of history, guys. It's a piece of negative history, just like anything else. Just like collecting, war, militia, military memorabilia, and Nazi, stuff. I don't, people do that. I can't fault them for that. You can't fault me for that. The other big comment is, well, you're funding inmates. You're funding, every time you send money to them to give you a piece of artwork, or you buy from one of these, true crime dealers, you're, in a way, you're funding. Well, that's not necessarily true. A lot of, prisons nowadays and inmates, the only way you're allowed to send them money, you're not actually sending it to the inmate themselves. A lot of these inmates are actually, the money goes to charities and crime victims of crime. So you might be buying a piece of artwork, and the money's going to a good cause. It's going to a crime, a rape clinic, or something like that, or it goes to funding mental health research. So in a way, that is David Berkowitz, the son of Sam. He gets no money, no compensation. He's been in prison. All of his money goes to charities and churches and things like that. Yes, he did evil stuff. He murdered people. He's just but if some good can come out of this stuff, that's the main thing. It goes to charities. It goes to, I think I read somewhere that some of the money goes to like, adoption agencies and orphanages and stuff like that. So that's not entirely true. And then also, when the money is going to the inmates, usually the money is only going for them to, basically get like commissary and stuff like that. They're not getting rich over this. They're in prison, guys. You got to remember that. They're not going anywhere. If they're on death row, their time is numbered as is. The next would be, this is another one that I get all the time. How would you feel if it was a member of your family? I'm sure you're not collecting and you wouldn't be putting that murder stuff up on the wall. True. They are absolutely right. But at the same time, it hasn't happened in my family. I pray it never does happen in my family. I know it's a double standard here, but I collect this stuff and I get it, and maybe if it did happen to my family, I'd feel differently, but it hasn't, and I intend to protect my family to the fullest extent, and and at the same time, it's to me, that's just like, I could just come back with that and say, well, you're watching my video and I'm posting this and it's a free country, I could post whatever I want. I could be a real dick about it and just say it like that. That's just a cop out, just by like some of these people saying, well, if it was your family, you'd feel differently. I probably would. I admit that, but it's not, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and it's a free country, and I can collect and do what I want here, and that's the dick response to it. But at the same time, that's the other comment that I'm getting. The other one is why do you collect these types of things? Why you collect stuff that's linked to serial killers and murderers? Well, guys, the main reason is it fascinates me. I'm really fascinated and interested in it. I watch the ID channel. I watch all these different case channels, and I watch a lot of internet, YouTube videos, Netflix. I watch all about true crime. It fascinates me, guys. I probably should have been an attorney, either a prosecutor or a defense or something like that, because I'm really engulfed in this stuff. I read about somebody and about their case, and then when I can get a piece of artwork or something that they did, and the notoriety of that specific case in general, really, guys, I might seem like I get excited when I'm showing you these pieces and doing reviews. I am excited. I'm not hiding it. But at the same time, don't confuse excitement for what's the word I'm looking for condoning, or excitement for the person in question. It's not. It's excitement because I got a piece of history. It's just like a piece of history of anything else. And guys, I forget where I was going with that, but that's why do I collect? Why do I do it? That's the other thing. Also is because of the interest of it, and like I said, I like to research these cases. They're very fascinating to me. It's fascinating to me how some of these people can do what they did. There's something not right with them. And you could say there's something not right with me for collecting it, but there's something, but focus on the matter at hand. There's something with them that is off, and that is something, like, it just fascinates me that they could do something like that, and have no guilt, no feelings, no conscience. So that's a big part of it. And then the other thing is, guys, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest with you here. Um, the um, investment of it, guys. When John Wayne Gacy back in the early '90s was selling his um, paintings online and through different people that write to him, he was getting $50 to $100 for them. Now the paintings go anywhere from at least $1,000 to $5,000 and up. I mean, these things are just, I'm not the only collector out there, guys. I might be the only one with balls enough to come on YouTube and show off my collection, but there's some really high-end collectors out there that pay big money for this stuff. So you know what? If I can buy something now and make a personal, personal gain from it later on, that's what I'm going to do, guys. Hey, you know what? Call me greedy, call me, but hey, if I can flip it and turn around and make money down the road off of it, or, sell it to a museum that is interested in it, okay, yeah, I'm taking my family on vacation. Yeah, it is about me in that aspect. So the investment, long-term investment's another reason why I collect. I also like to show like-minded people and showcase what I have on YouTube. There is quite a few people that, watch the true crime videos, and that are into the same things I am into, and so there you go. That's part of it as well. I like to showcase it. But believe it or not, a lot of people that collect, they just don't, they don't show it. They're not on YouTube. There's a lot of millionaires and billionaires that collect, and you'll never know they collect this type of stuff. I mean, they keep it well hidden. The top dogs that collect this stuff, you would be surprised. Just a fun fact: Jonathan Davis from Korn, he's a collector. Johnny Depp, I think he had some John Wayne Gacy paintings. Jonathan Davis from Korn was actually going in partners with another gentleman that they were going to start a museum in Los Angeles called Museum of Justice and Oddities, or Mojo Museum. It never got off the ground, but the idea was to start putting all this true crime stuff in a museum. I think they even had Ted Bundy's his Volkswagen that he drove. And, I mean, it was going to be a full-blown museum, guys. You're going to fault Jonathan Davis and for making a museum about this stuff? No. It's better not to forget that these things happen, or brush them under the carpet like they never did happen. You know what? If I can bring some, just kind of bring people over to look at this stuff and get them to research and do the same things that I do, maybe we can all learn something from it. That's all I'm saying, guys. Like, I don't know how I can say it's, and I don't understand either. I don't condone it. I don't agree with it. But at the same time, I'm fascinated by it, and I just want to address those trolls and haters that want to come on and just throw me on blast. This is my way of thinking, guys. The next thing is to my horror subscribers that subscribe for the horror stuff and the horror collection. I'm still doing that, guys. I'm still doing the horror stuff. I will, show the horror collectibles as I get them in. Yes, I know I have been focusing on the true crime stuff a lot recently, but I will do the horror. I will come back to it. Don't let that discourage you. I appreciate you as being subscribers. If you don't like the true crime stuff, I realize that it's not for everyone. So if you don't like it, just skip that video. Just wait till the horror stuff comes back on. And guys, if you think about it, this is what linked it together with me. The horror stuff. Think of horror and the movies and the slasher movies. Where do you think they all derived from? Where do you think that all that came from? All the different ideas. A lot of it is from real life, guys. There's real life slashers. There's real life killers and monsters out there. So, excuse me there. Get a little drink. So, you know, just hang in there. Bear with me. I will get back to the horror. I will do further collection videos on that. But yes, I incorporated the true crime. Like I said, some people call me crazy for doing it because they say, oh, you're just going to kill your channel. You're going to throw the horror channel into the dirt, you know, because people aren't going to agree with the true crime stuff. You're just setting yourself up to fail. Well, guys, I've been gaining subscribers. I mean, the more subscribers I get, it seems like the more haters are coming out of the woodwork. I don't know if it's linked or not, but I mean, the more the channel grows, the more that, you know, the haters are coming out of the woodwork. So I could care less either way. I just do this to show off, showcase what I have. If you agree with it, fine. If you don't agree with it, fine. If you want to watch, fine. If you don't want to watch, fine. It's just one of those things, guys. I'm not worried about it either way. I don't get paid for this. I don't do it. I just like to show off what I got, and that's it. But back to the trolls and haters that live in their mom's basement and don't have jobs and just want to sit there all day and just look for, you know, look at people's channels just to, you know, try and take them down a notch and, you know, all that good stuff. You know, you can hate on me and my content all you want. It's not bothering me a bit. This is the only video for the haters I'm going to do. Other than that, you know, it's just business as usual for me. If you don't like what I'm posting, just don't watch it. If you don't like my content, you don't like my channel, why watch it? Why waste your time any further? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. I won't even bother commenting on it at that point. You know, nobody's forcing you to watch my channel, to watch my videos. Nobody's forcing you. You know, for the hate comments, depending on what they are, I mean, I'll read them, and, you know, but it's just so easy for me just to delete them at the same time. I mean, if it's something that really, you know, you're just, you know, it's so easy for me just to move the mouse over and click delete. And then there you go. All your effort and time writing that comment, and it's just gone like that. It's just gone. So you just basically wasted your time. There's a few comments from haters I haven't deleted because I respond to them. I give them the chance to present their thoughts and I don't know what they're trying to do. If they're trying to sway my thinking, I don't know, but they're just making general comments and assumptions. You know, I'll leave them up for other people to read. I'm not to that point, but depending on the comment itself, if it's just way far out there and just, you know, someone just, you know, cursing at me and stuff, I'm just going to delete it, guys. I mean, you know, go ahead, waste your time. I'll just delete it just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. For the subscribers that, you know, have stuck by me for this year and a half and that maybe don't agree with the true crime stuff or, you know, whatever, like, I want to let you know that I really do appreciate you subbing to the channel. You know, I know these videos that I do, they're not for everybody. They're not one size fits all, but hang in there with me. I'm going to get back to the horror stuff as it comes about, but, you know, I have been incorporating the true crime stuff as well. You know, and I appreciate you sticking by my side and sticking in there with me and not, you know, straying elsewhere, because, like I said, um, you know, I really do appreciate having you in my corner, especially the ones that subscribe from day one. And, you know, like I said, true crime stuff might not be for them. They might not, you know, because the horror is there. It's like a tree. The way I explained it to someone the other day is, you know, with the horror stuff, it branches out. You got your horror movies, you got your, you know, your documentaries, your shockumentaries, horror, and then there's all kinds of branches of horror. There's supernatural, there's slasher, there's thriller, and then you got true crime. You got, you know, so it's like a big tree. It's all on the tree. They're all branches, but they're different branches related in different ways, if that makes sense. It's all related one way or another. That's kind of what got me into the true crime collecting is I watch horror movies, and you know, I realize there's real life horror out there. These scumbags and murderers. And guys, and just to touch base, and you see me framing these different pieces that I get. Guys, I'm not necessarily framing them to put them up on my wall. I mean, some of them do go up on my wall. Not in my living room where my kids are, but down in my horror cave where it's my room, you know, and I'm the only one down there looking at the stuff. You know, some of them I'm just framing and putting them behind glass or acrylic to protect them for future investment, for selling later on down the road if need be. So, you know, that was the other point I wanted to touch upon. Just because I'm having something framed doesn't mean that I'm, you know, that it's some like precious thing. You know, it's not necessarily. I could be just framing it or putting it behind, you know, some type of protection to keep it, you know, keep it protected from the elements. Okay. So where were we? But yes, thanks again for the my long-term fans and new subscribers that come over. I just, you know, I want to thank you. I do appreciate it. You know, I'm not trying to do this to appeal to anybody. I'm just doing it to I'm doing it for whoever wants to watch can watch. If they don't like it, they don't have to watch. You know, doesn't matter to me one way or another. It's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun for the most part. And these trolls and haters that's all they want to do is, you know, take down, you know, just bash people's stuff, you know, get a life, really. You know what I mean? Like, it does, you know, you can bash me all you want. Will I ever meet you? Do I know you? No. I don't care. That delete button is so close. It's so easy just to click that. But at the same time, I wanted to get the point across that, you know, I'm not doing this for, you know, to promote these murderers and killers, and, you know, I'm not doing it for them. It's not their, you know, you can argue with me all you want. I'm telling you straight from my mouth to you, I'm not doing it for them. It has nothing to do with them for the most part. It has to do with having a piece of history. Yes, you know, they did some, you know, really, you know, monstrous acts. I mean, it's unbelievable stuff, but, you know, you know, I wish I could turn it around for it to be beneficial to the victims. The only thing I could think of, and families, is people do the research and, you know, and learn about these cases. Maybe somebody out there can prevent one in the future somehow or another. I don't know. But all I know is sweeping it under the carpet and ignoring it and bashing my videos it's not going to solve anything. So on that note, I don't know how long. What are we, 15 minutes now at least? I don't know. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to beat it to death. I'm not going to give the haters any more of my time. But please come back to the people who actually like me. Please come back and watch my videos if you want. I got some good stuff coming on down the road. I got some good horror busts coming up. Some, you know, horror collectibles coming up, as well as more true crime stuff. So thanks again for watching, and you know, I'll see you next